Alright, good morning everyone. I know it's a lazy morning, but everybody, come on, good morning. Superb. Welcome to, on behalf of Sakal, welcome to the first ever global celebration of well-being curated by We Are In This Together. Let's have a round of applause for all of us and for this initiative. I'm your host, Chaitanya Rathi, and we've had two very interesting sessions this morning, where we started with a yoga session by Sarva Yoga founder, Sarvesh Shashi, followed by a sound bath experience by Priyanka and her team. Something I have never experienced before, so it was a wonderful session. We have a lot of y'all who attended that too. And now, of course, we have a chit-chat with celebrity and fitness expert Shilpa coming up. But before that, wellness, a little bit about the event. This is a 3-day celebration across 3 venues where we're expecting over 25,000 visitors. Yesterday, we started the event at Ganesh Kala Krida and by a talk by Kumar Vishwas. And today we're having these sessions. Later in the evening, we have 2 concerts. Again, tomorrow, we have a few more sessions at Pandit Farms tomorrow, where it's about yoga and laughter being the best medicine by Ritesh and Janelia. They'll be here. Plus, we end the evening on a high tomorrow by a talk by Sri M. Alright, so if you'd like to attend that, you're more than welcome to join us at Pandit Farms tomorrow. But right now, of course, somebody who needs no introduction, but let me still do the formality before I call her on stage. Right, she debuted in Bollywood or the Hindi film industry with Bazigar in 1993, followed by a variety of roles and awards under her belt, ranging from Dhadkan to Life in a Metro, thereafter winning Big Brother UK. That brought her global recognition. Having an illustrious career spanning 29 years, she continues to conquer all mediums, television, radio, OTT and the silver screen. But that's not all. She has transitioned into a successful entrepreneur, having a chain of restaurants under the brand Bastion in Mumbai. However, it was her passion for health that led her to explore a new avenue, being catalyst in the wellness and health space. She took a first step towards bringing yoga to the forefront with the younger generation through her DVDs, through her yoga DVDs, which became a huge success, making her a fitness icon. This led to her becoming the first Indian actor and wellness influencer to start the successful Shilpa Shetty channel on YouTube with 3 million plus subscribers, with focusing on healthy cooking. She then launched her own premium wellness app called Simple Soulful app by Shilpa Shetty, bringing yoga, fitness and meditation programs along with nutrition, diet and goal-oriented plans for people who need direction. The app has over 75 single and multiple day fitness and wellness programs with diet plans designed by experts addressing different needs, all from the comfort of your home. The first ever celebrity fitness app that would soon be powered with AI, which will track your posture through your mobile camera and guide you to sit better and have better posture. The app is of course available on iOS and Android. And make a note of this, the first 1 month, courtesy Shilpa Shetty and the team, we're getting the premium features for free, especially just for this audience. If you use the code SKLSS, I'll announce it again towards the end, but SKLSS, you can download the app, use this promo code and you get premium content access for free for the first month. This session is supported by Good Morning Milk by the Kute Group. Morning ki taakat har waqt. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a loud round of applause as we invite on stage none other than the very, very gorgeous and the fitness icon, Shilpa Shetty. Welcome. I think जितने लोग यहाँ पे उतने आवाज नहीं हो रहा है. Come on, Pune वालों, let's show the love we have. Superb. So Shilpa, welcome to Pune. All right, superb. So, Shilpa, welcome to Pune. Any fond memories of Pune? Any connection with Pune that you have? Before we get into the fitness-related questions.
Atma Namaste to everyone in the audience. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Chaitanya. You and I actually look like part of the furniture.
Absolutely.
We planned everything. Anishi, Urmi, we didn't plan this. No, but it's an absolute pleasure to be part of this wellness fest, Swasthyam. And I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Mrunal for extending the invite. And yes. Anirudh, who very kindly curated some of the questions and has been so wonderfully warm. Mrunal, I have to say, I'm so super impressed with your passion. We were sitting and having this long chat about yoga, and I was like, this should have been part of the session. It's wonderful to see people's journeys through yoga, and I, for one, am a living example of the healing touch that yoga has had in my life. And I'm more than happy to play catalyst in, any place that propagates health, wellness, fitness. And this is surely one of those events. So I'm very happy to see such a great turnout. A big round of applause to all of you. So coming back to your question, Chaitanya, yes, Pune. Pune, I have a lot of memories with. Funny enough, my first memories were not very good because I was shoved into a boarding school in Pune. My mother had a terrible slip disc from a middle class family. She couldn't handle both the children. I also had she had another baby, my sister at that time. So the best way forward was to send me to a boarding school, and then they missed me so much they brought me back after 8 months. But yeah, so those were my first memories of Pune. But after that, I've shot here. I've had a lot of, I still have a lot of friends in Pune. So yeah, the food is also fantastic over here. I've just asked for some goda masala. Yeah, so Pune is brilliant. It's also very close by to Mumbai, yes.
Very accessible. So in Pune, when you talk of food, have you tried the misal pav, vada pav, any of those? देख के तो लगता नहीं है, nobody would believe that, but
misal, usal and all, I would have on a Sunday. It's not an everyday thing. So yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that. I've seen that online. That Sundays you eat everything. Right? It's a cheat day on Sunday.
Yes.
So how does that work? मतलब आप सबको बोल रहे हो कि fit रहो ये करो, but you eat anything and everything on Sundays. We see those videos.
Yeah, I mean, in life you have to have some discipline, but unlike a marriage, you're able to cheat on your nutrition. So that's but yeah. It's a fine line, you have to know when to strike that balance. So I enjoy, it's not like my food is boring on the weekdays. And just on Sundays, I make sure that I let myself just be. Because you have to keep yourself happy. Otherwise, there's a monotony that kind of creeps in. So I always tell people who stalk me on Instagram and they think that, I do not eat. The whole Sunday Binge series started to kind of show people that I do. I'm actually a huge foodie, and that's why Bastion happened. Yeah. So, yeah.
So I follow you more on Sundays. That's why I also love eating so much.
The problem is people see my videos on Sunday and then continue eating for the rest of the week.
They are so inspiring. We can't help it. You are so inspiring.
हमारा weight तो घट नहीं रहा है, लेकिन आप Sunday के दिन you suddenly become healthy on Sundays and the rest of the week they're eating.
All right. So as much as I would love to have a free-flowing conversation, we have a few questions which we've received from your fans, plus some we've put together. Starting with Bazigar completes 30 years next year. Wow, a round of applause for that. How does it feel? Your debut was a super duper hit, and of course, paired opposite none other than Shah Rukh Khan. So how was that experience? The first time you got a call, how did that happen? We'll get into the fitness talks after this, but just a little background.
I like the way he's like, because I don't think anyone's interested in listening to this conversation. They are all here to know more about, fitness and wellness.
नहीं, हम Pune वाले. We are inquisitive about everything.
No, so I mean, thank you. It's a huge compliment that I've actually managed to last so long. 30 years seems like a lifetime. When I started off, I just did it for the lark. I had no formal training in acting. I was just a 17-year-old, and I was given this opportunity. And somewhere down the line, I think I was destined to just do this. I think I had to go through this journey to be here in this place, to play catalyst in making a small difference in maybe some people's lives. But no, I mean, not to sound serious. So 30 years, when I look back, I was like, gosh, how did these 30 years just fly by? So I remember off and on when I meet people actually pretty much the same age or maybe older than me also. They say to me, अरे मैं बहुत बड़ा fan हूँ, especially the men, बहुत बड़ा fan हूँ, मैं आपको बचपन से देखता आ रहा हूँ, मैं आपका कॉलेज से fan हूँ. So I want to tell them, मैं भी उस वक्त कॉलेज में ही थी जब मैंने शुरुआत की थी. So yeah, I truly credit must go to all the audiences that have loved me consistently, constantly, all these years. And I have worked on myself and, tried to reinvent myself after every decade. Because, I get bored doing the same thing. So it's their love that keeps me going. Yeah.
Lovely. So, being a celebrity, you are probably being a celebrity in India, you're always hounded by cameras everywhere. So I think that helped with your Big Brother experience because you're used to being in front of cameras so much. But who is Shilpa Shetty off the camera? What people don't really get to see.
Well, this is Shilpa Shetty, and we're no different. We're human, we're fallible. We go through our highs, our lows, and when I say we, I'm talking about human beings. We're just souls. And we all have a journey, so I have mine. But I think what you guys see of me as a character is the character. There's maybe a percentage of the real me also, because it's impossible to not bring a self of you, But otherwise, like on reality television, or I think that's pretty much people, I'm quite fortunate as a celebrity. I'm not using the word actor because people love me for me. So I don't know if that's a compliment or not, because my films, whether they did well or not, reality television and whatever I've done in terms of reality has always worked in my favor. And that there cannot be a bigger compliment. My sister once told me, actors get a lot of accolades through awards. You won a show being yourself. Or people see you doing a super dancer and people love you. So that's a huge compliment. So somewhere it's a huge tick for me.
Absolutely. You can't fake in front of the camera for so long.
You can't.
Right? So that is...
How long can you do it? Like you said, being in front of a camera, posing, you're still aware that there is a camera. But when you're in a reality television show like a Big Brother, you lose sense of the cameras because they're not in your face. So then you can act only up to a certain point. Beyond that, you will drop that facade and that whole act.
Right, so let's now get into the fitness questions. So since day one, we've always seen you very fit and following a healthy lifestyle. So how did that come about? What inspired you to get into fitness, or what was your first interaction or getting to know about fitness? What was your first experience with that?
See, I just think that as I was growing up, I was always into extracurriculars. In school, I did a million things. You know, my parents always encouraged both of us to do so many things. We never sat idle. So while I was doing Bharatnatyam on one side, I also did volleyball, and I represented the school, Bombay district, went up to state level. I couldn't represent because, you know, my mother refused to let me go because I fared very badly in my prelims. So, yeah, so I was doing all kinds. I was part of the basketball team. So I was very into fitness, and then taekwondo. So I had my hands and legs in all different directions. So after that, I think at that time when I joined the industry, I was barely 17. So that fitness kind of showed, you know, on screen. And at that time, heroines were very curvy. And I came in, and I remember at a time when actors would be the only ones going to the gym, I would also go to the gym. And I think it was a bit of a, like, what is she doing in the gym kind of thing. But yeah, so I was always, and I think, you know, I would be that even if I wasn't an actor. So for me, it wasn't about looking good or being a certain size. It was about, you know, being healthy. And thankfully, my nutrition was looked after by my, you know, with the food that we eat. I'm a Mangalorean. So a lot of our food is cooked in coconut oil, you know, ghee, a lot of coconut, which today the world is singing and dancing about. You know, coconut oil is great. We've been using coconut oil for years. People started cooking in olive oil suddenly. They needed a slap. Why are you cooking Indian food in olive oil? You know? So I think that balance kind of came about because of that. But it truly struck me that people wanted help, or rather looked up to me, wanting to know how I did it, especially after my children. You know, after my first child, I put on 32 kilos with my first son. And normally women put on around, they're allowed to put on around 15 to 18 to maximum 20 kilos, but I had put on 32 kilos. And I thought I would lose weight as soon as the baby comes out. But after the baby was out, I put on 2 more kilos, thanks to my Punjabi in-laws, who fed me panjiri. And then I was like, until one fine day, I sat down to pick my child, I think after 6 months. And I could not get up. I couldn't lift him and get up. Someone who was so fit. I felt like, oh my God, this is crazy. How is that I've become so unfit? And then my mother, you know, mothers are amazing. Mothers tell you things in the meanest possible way. They don't even like sugarcoat it. She was like, what are you waiting for? Christmas to lose this weight? That was her subtle hint. He's like, you put on a lot of weight, babe. You need to lose it. So that was one. I was like a reality check. And I remember going with my husband, and I'd stopped going out because I was very conscious. I was a size 8 before my baby, and I was a size 16 after my son. So on the 8th month, I think I went out for lunch wearing a kaftan because nothing else fit me. And there was a little kitty party happening on the side. And I can never forget this experience because it just makes you, it truly is a mirror to our society, how cruel people can be. And it was a bunch of women that said, oh my God, that's Shilpa Shetty. She hasn't lost her weight. She's looking so fat. I literally heard it. And they don't even say it like quietly. You know, Shilpa Shetty, Shilpa Shetty. Okay, great. So that was the second thing that happened. And then I decided, I was like, you know what? There's no excuse. There's nothing wrong in having a bit of weight after a child. Hello, it's normal. You know, you're going through, you're dealing with so much. Um, Firstly, you're sleep deprived. You become like a mobile milk van and you don't have a life. And it's just very hard. But then the day I decided, I got into the gym and I went on this whole low carb, no carb diet plan. And in a matter of 4 months, flat, without any fat burners, without anything, just intense working out for like 4 days a week and some cardio, I lost 32 kilos. So, and that's when I realized there are a lot of women out there who feel that feeling that I felt. And I said, you know what, it's not a good feeling to go through. And if I could do it, so if I was one of those women who sat there and didn't do anything about my weight or didn't do anything about my fitness or my wellness, even I would put on weight. It's this preconceived notion that, oh, because I am Shilpa Shetty, I will not put on weight. No, there's no such thing. We're all human. It's our choices. It's the choice that you make, you know, in comparison to the one next to you or in front of you. So the choice is in your hand, how you want to be, how you wish to live, and how you want to be perceived. So if you think that someone else is going to do that for you, no. You have to wake up and do it yourself. And that is why I started what I started. You know, my journey started with the yoga DVD, because I did want to propagate yoga to the world, because I always constantly saw foreigners talking about yoga, starting yoga institutes. I was like, sorry, I was going to say, you know, abuse, but I was like, what the heck? I mean, you know, it belongs to us. It's our science, and we should be valuing it. And it's really unfortunate and, you know, terrible for me to say that we as Indians never value what comes to us and is ours for free. We give it that value only when it's propagated from the West. So a foreigner says, I did the Shirshasana. Oh, suddenly the Shirshasana becomes very, very interesting. Padhastasana. I'm like, what was wrong when we were saying it? You know? Turmeric is very good for you. Turmeric latte. हल्दी की चाय के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, हल्दी दूध के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. Suddenly, Holland and Barrett started stocking clarified butter and coconut oil for 70 pounds. It's ghee and coconut oil. And we were clamoring for that while it's readily available in our country. You know, Madonna is having clarified butter on her toast. It becomes cool. So I just think that my entire idea was to bring back what belongs to us. So yoga was always associated with the older generation. And suddenly when, I'm not saying I'm young, but what the heck? I'm just saying that, you know, I think people who are in a position, who people aspire to be like, when they see someone like that, you know, turning towards yoga, they suddenly feel, oh, if it's working for her, maybe it'll work for me. So that was the reason I started on this journey of, you know, starting the YouTube channel. People thought I was crazy. They were like, you're an actor, why would you get onto YouTube? YouTubers are people who want to become famous. You already have it. And I was like, that's not the point. YouTube is a great, you know, it's a great platform to connect with people who want knowledge. So, you know, today, when I meet 10-year-olds, I would think, see, I belong to a different generation of actors. But I have 8 and 12-year-olds coming to me at a play area and complimenting me and saying they are fans of mine, not because of my movies. It's because of YouTube. A little child came up to me the other day and said, Auntie, I made your oatmeal pancakes and they were fab. So I wanted people to understand this. I wanted to debunk the myth with healthy food and healthy eating, because that's a major part of health and fitness. It's actually 70% good or a balanced diet, and 30% some kind of regime, whether it be yoga, dancing, Pilates, whatever you want to pick. So people get that wrong. That whole ratio is always a little muffled in people's heads. They'll work out like dogs in the gym and then eat a burger. Arey, weight lose ho hi nahi raha. And what they do is also, the other thing I do not get is that they work out, and they want to stand on top of the weighing scale in one day and expect to lose weight in that one day. And then they lose interest if on the third day they don't lose half a kilo. I'm like, it's not going to, happen overnight. It's a lifestyle. So these fad diets have to get out. I know I'm talking about so many different things because I have verbal diarrhea, because it's such a huge topic. But what was the question? So I started on the journey for that, to bring about awareness to the common people who needed help. Gosh. Ho gaya na interview?
You've already answered most of my questions in today's interview. So I don't know what to ask now. But yes, we all need a person like her mom in our lives who will show us the mirror and tell us what needs to be done right? Yes. So you are like the fitness idol for millions of people. So who is your fitness idol? Indian, global, both? Who, according to you, or who would you idolize growing up?
Jane Fonda was amazing, is amazing. I love trendsetters. Jennifer Lopez, look at her. I mean, age is just a number. So it's all in your head. So when people talk about age, I just always say that the minute you lose zest for life, the enthusiasm to want to live and to want to, do something different, that's when you start aging. So I look up to people who are constantly working on themselves, discovering themselves. So I become a fan of so many, normal people. I'm a huge fan of even Mrunal. Look at her. Who would say she has a 23-year-old? Yeah, so yeah.
So my secret sources also told me that the movie The Curious Case of Benjamin Button was actually based on you, because you're looking younger.
That was Anil Kapoor.
Absolutely.
हमारे बीच में competition चलता है. We both hail from Chembur, so we're constantly competing with each other. Anil ji, क्या खाया आपने? Chakas.
All right. So especially after the pandemic, mental well-being has come a lot into focus, right? So according to you, what do you think is the number one mental problem that people are facing, or any kind of health issue mentally that people are facing in India, especially in India, because people go through a variety, an entire range of emotions in life, personal, professional, everything. The pandemic has changed the way we live, the way we work, the way we survive, the way we eat, everything. So what do you think is the number one issue that people are facing right now in India?
I don't think it's just in India, but world over. I think firstly, COVID, the last 3 years have been really taxing on all of us. Whichever strata you belong to. Some have had it worse, some have had it slightly better. But in general, I think and that's happened because we've suffered a lot of losses. And I'm not just talking financially, even we've lost people, we've lost health. Our homes became our workspace. We felt we weren't going to work, but we were actually doing everything virtually. I think the biggest stressor today, according to me, I'm a little old school, is that I feel we're all technologically addicted. I read somewhere recently that when you hear the ting on your phone, it actually does the same thing that it used to do to cavemen when they would be hiding in the cave and if they heard a lion roar. You know, so they would sense danger. So that is the analogy. So imagine the minute that thing happens, you don't realize it, but you are stressed and you are, you know, your focus suddenly goes on to that. Okay, who is it that has messaged me? What could it be? Do I need to answer that today? Do I need to answer that now? Should I? The worst thing that happens many a times is that you're actually in the middle of a conversation and some people pick the phone and say, मैं थोड़ी देर बाद फोन करता हूँ. तुमने उठाया क्यों फोन? ये बात बाद में भी कर सकते थे आप. Don't pick it up to say मैं थोड़ी देर बाद करता हूँ. Be in that moment. I feel we're not able to be in that moment. We're not living in the now. We're constantly stressing about tomorrow, about 2 years later, what's going to happen to my children? Will I have enough money to send him to school? Which university will he go into? I mean, live in the now. We've all forgotten how to do that. So that is a major stressor for me.
Absolutely. The mobile is considered to be an extended limb nowadays in your body. Because
It's
everybody is so
ridiculous.
attached.
Also, I must take the opportunity and say, while I've said all this, please do not charge your phone next to your head. It's the worst thing you're doing to your body and your mind and to your well-being. A lot of people, you know, they charge the phone and they sleep next to it. Oh my God, there have been researches. Please go online. I'm not going to elucidate on that now and waste our time. But see what it does to your system, to your brain cells. You're dying a slow death every day. So please charge it in another room. When you are sleeping, that area, try and keep it, you know, devoid of any radiation. Try and do that, especially if your kids are sleeping with you around you, even in your kids' rooms. It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, because parents nowadays to entertain or keep the kids occupied also just phone de dete, le lo, chup baitho, side mein baitho. So that also is something I think we need to all work on. So let's talk about your app.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did you come about that app, and are people adapting to home workouts? Because that is something, using the app, people can work out from wherever they are. So are people adapting to this lifestyle?
So funny enough, when we started the Simple Soulful app, it happened literally a year before COVID struck us. And everything became virtual. So it worked in our case. But yeah, the reason I started it was because, you know, as a working woman and having 2 kids, it's very easy for us to put fitness on the back burner. Everything else takes priority. And I think it's also our mentality, our conditioning, especially women. And especially if you're working, that you feel somewhere you have to strike that balance and you go through a lot of guilt. So if you're working, you're like, whatever little time I have left, I want to spend it with my children. You know, I have to give it to my husband. Because we are brought up that way. And now I feel we're living in a far more egalitarian world where, you know, we are bringing up our daughters to think that, you know, if a man can do it, you can too. And you should do it. But make sure that you balance it both. You know, we've changed our mindset a little. Pehle aise tha ke you have to make sure that you look after your home, you have to be good to your in-laws. So that mindset is slowly changing. There's nothing wrong with it. I think our homemakers should be celebrated because it's a 24/7 job. They do it with, and they do it so selflessly. It's amazing. So hats off to all those homemakers. But if you're a working woman, I really believe, or any woman, why segregate? I just think if you're human, you can definitely take out some time for yourself. Man, woman, working, not working, irrespective. I think you have to value yourself. Because if you are not happy, you ain't going to keep anyone happy around you. And I really believe that. And you have to do it unapologetically. So the minute guilt starts creeping in, and the minute you feel, oh my God, I'm going to be judged for, taking out this half an hour or 45 minutes for myself. No, you are not. You will feel far more aligned, and if you're aligned, you will feel much better from within. I feel in today's time and age, we're all dealing with so many issues, and all those pent up feelings are just growing and growing and growing and growing, and then suddenly it just bursts one day like a volcano and ends up in a divorce. That's why you see so many divorces today. That's not something that happened earlier because the stressors were much lesser. The competition was much lesser. Social media wasn't there. You're not being judged every step of the way. Even if you're not an actor, and if you're on social media, you feel like everything has to be like picture perfect and so pretty. So there's a lot of pressure, especially today's generation, the younger generation. My heart goes out to them, really. Because you see this, you see the kind of mindset and the peer group that they're in. No matter what your upbringing is, no matter how secure you are constantly thrown in between the sharks, and you have to swim. So it's unfortunate, but that's the world we're living in. So make them the quickest swimmers that you can. What can you say? That's that.
How has the response been to the app? How has the response been?
It's been brilliant. So yeah, we've got like over 70 different goal-oriented programs. A lot of programs even for men. A lot of weight loss, fitness-oriented programs, yoga, and we've got some great experts. Not just me. The Simple Soulful app is not about me. It's a one-stop journey, and it'll help you reach your destination. So whether it be yoga, high-intensity training, whether it be pranayama is so important. Guys, if you do not have the time for asanas, please take out time to focus on your breath. That is so important. Maybe I was meant to come here to just say this to you. Forget all the rest. Edit, and delete all the rest I've said. Just awareness of your breath, on your breath, is the most important takeaway from today's congregation. Really. We are all breathing.
Well, that's a different thing that you make so many people breathless too, but just by being there.
Cheesy, but I'll take it.
For every person who practices yoga or teaches yoga, सब लोग बोलते हैं कि योगा से होगा. तो I always want to know
सब लोग नहीं
क्या
बोलते,
होगा.
मैंने बोला था ये.
हाँ बहुत होगा. तो आपको वही everybody copy. So I want to know कि क्या होगा. मतलब योगा से होगा, but क्या होगा?
अरे यार, क्या नहीं होगा ये पूछो. दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा रोग ये कि क्या कहेंगे लोग, और इस रोग का उपचार यही है योग. I think the biggest prison that we're in is the prison of our thoughts and of what other people are going to think if we do this. I think most of us become underachievers because of that. And when you start doing yoga, it really is a discovery, of your true self. Mrinal and I were discussing that earlier. That most people think that yoga is about, being flexible and, turning and twisting like a pretzel. And so she was like, what's the difference between someone who's someone who's in the circus and someone who's trying to, discover themselves through yoga? It's not about that. If you're truly into yoga, you will realize as time passes, your body will react differently on different days. And it makes you realize and makes you aware of where you stand or your ego. And it lets go of your ego. So on certain days, you feel like we were talking, certain days you'll do an asana brilliantly. And you do the same asana, maybe 3 days later, you're slightly low. You'll not be able to do it that well. At that point, you do not focus on, oh my God, am I not doing it right? You have to actually just let it go. The letting go part is what we find difficult. That's what yoga teaches you, to let go and to not be in control. Because you cannot be in control of everything. There's a lot that happens in all our lives, and you can't be in control of it. So you have to just let go and breathe into it. So that's it.
आपके इस जवाब पे मैंने एक शायरी बनाई है
Oh my God, Irshad.
on the spur of the moment कि ये of course the lines that सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग, but don't give a damn to them, just let go and keep doing yoga.
Wow!
Yeah,
Wow!
yeah. Thank you,
Wow.
thank you. So,
Wow.
all right. So there are a lot of new styles of yoga coming out, right? There is aqua yoga, there is hot yoga, there is beer yoga. People drink beer and do yoga. So yeah, we've seen that. I've seen that online. So what do you have to say about all these different styles of yoga coming into being?
You know, my friend called me. She was doing aerial yoga and she
One more
fell
time. Wow.
from the top and she hurt her head. मैंने कहा पहले जमीन पे खड़े रह के तो करो योगा. ये चढ़ गई ऊपर योगा करने. I'm like, no, I mean, with due respect to all those different forms, sorry, I do the oldest form, Ashtanga. I'm very happy. I've still not perfected that. But I want to learn more. And there are various different forms. There's Iyengar, there's, Bhakti Yoga. There's so much. It truly, it's an abyss. You can just dive into it and it'll be never ending. But the fact that you are trying to do any yoga, I wish you well. Avoid beer yoga. I don't know where that is going. But yeah, as long as you are trying and you're not doing it because it's a fad, but you're doing it to discover yourself. And you're doing it for self-improvement. That should be the take-home. Yeah.
Absolutely. I do yoga for almost 7 to 8 hours every day. I do Shavasana for 8 hours every day. So I follow yoga every day. Yeah.
But you're pretty fit.
Yeah, that's all. So Shavasana की वजह से
Who are you shoving?
Family friendly show. So we will discuss that.
I didn't say it like that.
All right. So then, among the so many forms of meditation, again, same thing, like different forms of yoga. Which one is your favorite or something that you do? Any particular one that you love and something that you would recommend to everybody here? For those who don't do meditation or want to start.
No. See, what is meditation? Meditation is when you focus on going inwards, right? So there's different kinds over there. There's some that you can do with your eyes closed. There's some you can do with your eyes open. There's Tratak meditation. Yeah. There's Antar Tratak. Then there's Madhya Tratak. And then there's the Tratak where you can, it's called Bhaya Tratak, I think, yes. When you're looking at the sun or the waves or a candle. So whatever works for you that increases your concentration level and helps you go deeper within yourself, making you understand and connect with your soul. Why do people meditate? At least I meditate to align my mind, body and soul. And what are we primarily? We are just souls. And funny enough, we all must have met in some life. We're all here for a certain reason. And we're all connected. Some to help you grow in your journey. They will teach you maybe in a not so good way. But that'll still be part of your growth. And some will do you some great good. And you'll learn from that as well. So I just feel it's so important to preserve your soul. And your mind is actually your body is the vehicle and your mind is the driver. So you have to keep them all aligned. और ये जो आजकल डिप्रेशन और ये सब हो रहा है, accidents are happening way too often is because we are not aligned. We're not focusing on ourselves. And trust me, you think it's easy for me to tell you that I'm taking out 40 minutes, 4 times a week, 5 times a week for myself. It's the hardest thing. Hardest thing for me because I'm a working woman. And there's not one thing that I do. I can't even delegate the major part of my job title being an actor. I can't tell my manager, go act for me and come. I can delegate the other stuff. I have 2 kids, one who's 2.5 and the other who's 10 going on 25. So it's very tough. But if I can do it, so can you. Don't tell me if you take out 15 minutes in the day, somebody would hold a grudge against you. Don't tell me that you don't have time to eat on time. Don't tell me you do not have time to have water. So these are all alibis we make for ourselves. ये सारे बहाने हैं. So I believe that you have to decide on how you want to live. And like I started the whole conversation and then I digressed. The choice is yours. So you leave this room today and you make that choice for yourself. I can only be a catalyst. I can take the horse to the water, but I can't force it to drink it. So that is what I really believe. What was your question? I digressed again.
But I think they got the point. I was asking what form of meditation do you follow?
Yeah, so I do Tratak. I do close my eyes. I do my Om chants. That is the basic. It's just inward. Whatever form you take, it is immaterial. Yeah.
All right. So before we move on to the non-fitness questions, what is your daily fitness routine? Like all mental, physical, daily and weekly, or how do you plan your week fitness-wise?
Fitness-wise, I plan many things, but I try my best to work out at least 4 times a week. I try, but my schedules are so erratic.
Is that in a gym or at home or wherever
you
work out?
Luckily, there are no gym looks for me because my gym is my house. Yeah, so yeah, I work out in my home, thankfully. I have that luxury. For me, it's a luxury only. Actually, necessity hai. But yeah, so I try to clock in my breathing at least 5 times a week. And you know, breathing, sometimes I don't have that much time to even take out that much time, like 20 minutes a day. I do it in the bathroom. You will not believe it. So I sit and I actually do Kapalbhati in the bathroom while I'm taking a shower. So I do that. I do Anulom Vilom when I'm traveling to work. So but that's my lifestyle. I'm perpetually on the go and whatever. So yeah. So I try to, and now I've started dedicating a little bit of time to weight training also. Because after, you know, you're a certain age, you lose a lot of bone density, muscle mass. And I'm just literally have come out of a fractured knee. The doctors told me it'll take me 6 months. I said, I'll prove you wrong. I did it in 2.5.
Wow.
So
that deserves a round of applause. So because you have the home gym, I think you save a lot of money that you don't need to pay photographers to come and capture you in your gym look, right? Which a lot of people...
Yeah, a lot of stress also, really.
All right. So you started one of India's leading restaurants, right, Bastion, and now it's expanded to 2 outlets. So how does this work, that you call people to Bastion, you feed them yummy, tasty food, which is full of calories, and then you're asking them to do yoga and burn those calories, right? How is that balance? Like, kaise hota hai ye? And do you eat there? Because it doesn't seem like you must be eating out much.
Bastion food is very healthy.
Is it planned with ingredients and nutritional
Some. The desserts only on Sunday for me. But under Bastion, no, I take it as a huge compliment. Under the brand Bastion, now we have 4, not 2.
Sorry.
So
4.
we have pizza and binge, and soon we'll be opening something bigger. But yeah, Bastion truly is my pride and joy. I also remember I'm a Shetty. So I had to get into restaurants.
You can't get that out of a Shetty.
See, I have built the whole ecosystem. Yeah, yoga karo. You want to know how? Go to the Simple Soulful app. You want to know how to cook the nutritionist, the nutrition.
Go to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, the balanced food diet. Go to the YouTube channel. You don't want to cook? Order in from Bastion. You want to binge? Go to Bastion. Yeah.
So I always see celebrities only going to Bastion. I never see regular people. So I have a
What do you mean?
No,
What
I think is it out of reach for me? Do I have I made a New Year goal next year that one day I want to go and eat at Bastion. So that is not the case, right? I mean, it's not that.
No, it is very hard to get a booking.
Hard to get? Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've
said
heard
yes.
of that. Yes. I heard of
No,
that.
but of course we have normal people also going in, and we have celebrities. Celebrities are the ones that get clicked. So yeah.
So is there any special coupon code you have for us to get a booking at Bastion faster? If we tell them that, okay, we know Shilpa or any...
Anishi. Anishi is fed up.
She'll be like, this was not a part of the script. Ye diya nahi tha aapko.
She's perpetually arranging tables at Bastion.
But I think that's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem.
That's a good problem. All right, so the next question I want is, yes, so how do you maintain a balance with your diet and exercise and general lifestyle? Work-life balance, which you've partly also already covered, but work-life balance which
I've blabbered
a lot
so much, I think they're all fed up. They're like, now they want to go home and do some yoga today. I've revved them up so much. No, balance is key, I guess. But my only thing is to have that awareness. Awareness is truly, it's the secret. To live knowing that this is right and this is not going to work for me. As long as you live with that awareness, you're sorted. So if you're going to eat or binge, know that you're doing it, but know that you have to get back to maintain that balance. So the awareness is truly the secret for me.
And speaking of balance, I also remember, how do you manage to balance yourself in those outfits when you climb up on the ladder in your reality shows and applaud the participants from there? That doesn't just need physical balance, right? That also needs mental balance. To be able to do that I'm sure it's not at all easy.
The show that I do, Super Dancer, we have kids ranging from 4 to 12 and a half, 13. Excuse me. No, it's not about physical balance or mental balance. It's just heart. And I have to tell you a story, though. Nobody knows this. I remember the last season we were shooting, and we shoot 2 episodes in a day. And the first, I think Ravina finished the episode and she left, and Farah was coming for the second episode. So we had a break. And the CD, that whole staircase that they've built, thank you, was there, and they had lights on it. So what happened in the break was, there was a small short circuit that happened on one of the lights, and there was one of the guys from the sets that was standing holding the stair, and he got electrocuted. And literally I was back from the break and I saw him fall to the ground, people hitting him with a wooden thing, and him just fall. And they rushed him to the hospital. He was fine. But to see that happening in front of you, and the only person that climbs up that staircase was me. It could have happened 15 minutes later, And then the break happened and everyone was like, Shilpa, just don't climb the stair today. They switched off the lights on the staircase and they were like, don't don't climb on it. It's okay. And we were all, and the kids were like really scared. And the choreographer, one girl nearly had an anxiety attack. She was really like, she couldn't handle it. Because when you see someone getting electrocuted, it's not pleasing to the eye. That happened, and I was sitting there, and the first act, this 5-year-old comes on and puts up this stupendous performance. And I'm like, how do I not give this child her due? How can I not climb those stairs? Because every child waits, because you know that is like the best compliment for the child's performance. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have the guts to do this. My inner monologue is like, I can't do this, I can't do this. And I was like, you know what? I stood up and I said, CD. I said it, and I walked towards it, and I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? So that is the only time where the power of the mind comes in. I felt if I didn't cross that hurdle that day, I don't think I would ever be able to climb the stair again. I did it, I climbed it, and I said, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram. I touched it, I was like, okay, it doesn't have any electricity going through it. And I walked, and then I called the child up, and I did it. So it's really hard, and when you see the show, people love it, and people love these children and their performances. I know I've talked too much, but Anishi is like, you're telling them too much. She's giving me a dirty look from there.
No, but yeah, such unbelievable kind of talent. I'm
Yeah.
sure you are blessed to be witnessing so much live.
Really.
Come on, everyone. Let's have a round of applause. Come on, everybody.
No, but this has happened with us, you know.
So the last question, before we'd love to see a demo of how to breathe right, not of how to climb the ladder, but how to breathe right quickly. But before that, Marathi movies are really, you know, ruling nowadays. Would you be ever interested in acting in one or producing one, or is there something in the pipeline for Marathi movies?
Produce kara, तुम्ही.
फ्रंट रो मध्ये खूप प्रोड्युसर लेवलचे
आहे
लोक
काय?
बसलेले आहेत. हां.
पैसे. मराठी मी मॅनेज करेन. हाँ, डबिंग आर्टिस्ट है ना?
सब सगळं होईल.
No, I mean, I think cinema is cinema. Marathi, Hindi, Telugu, Kannada. Language shouldn't be a barrier. And I think Marathi cinema, they've done some amazing stuff, you know. So yeah, Ritesh and Janila also, I think Ritesh has directed his first. So I'm really looking forward to that, yeah.
Lovely, thank you so much. Let's have a round of applause for all those lovely answers, everyone. Anything else that you'd like to share with our audience what do you have to say about Swasthyam? Of course, we're here at Swasthyam. So what do you have to say about Swasthyam?
I don't think they're interested in anything more that I want to say right now.
This
I think they
Swasthyam,
just
of
want to
course,
get
we
on
want to know.
with it. I am tired of speaking. Sorry, guys. The thing is, you know, for me, health and wellness comes from a place of passion. So when I speak about it, I'm always very passionate about it. I sometimes talk too much about it. Thank you for bearing with me. I've really enjoyed being here. I really feel that my experiences, if they can be of any use to any one person, it just, you know, would make my day, and I feel like it helps me in my karma. So that's where I come from. So I don't think about how much to say, and I need to really shut up now.
No, that is nice. We love to keep hearing more and more about this. But any demo you'd like to share with us about breathing,
Yeah.
just a breathing technique.
We can take I would have loved to do a yoga session, I was telling Mrinal, but unfortunately because of my knee, I still can't sit in Vajrasan. I'm still learning to do that. Imagine to not be able to do it and be on a wheelchair for like 2.5 months. It was the worst phase, but yeah. So breathing is definitely something that we can do. Let's do a small session. Are you guys ready? Yeah.
इतने आवाज से तो नहीं होगा. Are you guys ready? All right.
Anishi. We can start. Yes. So we'll just do a few. Normally I sit in Padmasan downstairs on the floor, but I can't do that right now, so please excuse me. We can sit the way we are sitting, there's no problem. We just focus on our breath. So we'll start with Prana Akarshan Kriya. Okay. What is Pranayam? Pran pe ayam. Having control over your breath. And I think that truly is the essence of life. So if you are able to control and have the power to control your breath, you will be able to control your decisions, your attitude towards people, and that pretty much results in, the effect of a certain situation. So everything is in the breath. तो आज हम करेंगे प्राण आकर्षण क्रिया सबसे पहले, and as it's self-explanatory, we focus our breath. We shift our focus to our breath. Okay? प्राण की तरफ आकर्षण करते हुए, we just close our eyes. Everyone over here. Fingers in Dhyan Mudra. And we just breathe. No sound, just inhale and exhale. Just simple breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale all the positivity. Exhale all the negativity. Inhale all the good thoughts. Exhale all the fights with your mother-in-law, son, father-in-law, daughter, family, peers. Exhale. Inhale with a smile on your face. Exhale, focusing only on your breath, the center of your nostril. Inhale. Exhale. Black out your mind. The last inhale. Exhale. Are you disconnected from the world? We bring our focus to ourselves, to our soul, to our mind, to our body. Slowly open our eyes. And now we will do Anulom Vilom. Okay? This is the mudra. Okay? Keep the flow. I will show you the whole thing once. The first pranayam. I'll do it sideways. So we inhale from the left, closing the right completely. Close the left, exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Close the right. Exhale from the left. That's one. We do this at least 5 times. Okay? Let's start. Inhale from the left. Fill your lungs. Close. Exhale from the right. Empty out your lungs. Inhale from the right. Close the right. Exhale from the left. Do it again. Inhale from the left. Close the left. Exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Close the right. Exhale from the left. Continue. Close. Open the right. Exhale. Inhale. Close. Exhale from the left. Inhale from the left. Close. Exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Fill your lungs. Exhale from the left. One last time. Inhale fully. Close the left. Exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Close the right. Exhale fully and completely from the left. So all those that suffer from blood pressure, you do this kriya, this pranayama, and you will see instant results. It's a science, not rocket science. So it's amazing. I mean, the milieu that I belong to, we are constantly having so much to deal with. This is the first thing that I do when I decide to either go to work or before I speak, before an interview, before I have to deal with something, an issue. I just first normalize my hormones and then I delve into the problem or the event. After this this was nasal. Now we go a little higher and we do Kapalbhati, which is called in English, iska tatparya hai mind cleansing or mind shining. And you will feel cleansed only when you are devoid of any negative thoughts, which we all are filled with many a times. That's Kali Yuga for you. So we'll do that. It's a very simple kriya. A lot of people get this wrong. So you have to simultaneously breathe together, exhale with your stomach in. Breath out, stomach in. So you keep your hand on your stomach. Yeah? Are we doing it right? Exhale, your stomach is out, sorry. Slap. Stomach out, breath out. Okay? Stomach out, breath out. हम लोग उल्टा करते हैं. My bad. हम लोग हमेशा उल्टा करते हैं. Stomach in, breath out. It's stomach out, breath out. Okay? You want to try that once? So you have to hit your stomach to your hand. Think that an insect has gone into your nose. Okay? You have to do at least, you start with 50 and then you graduate to maybe 150 in a minute. So we do around 50 today. We start. Exhale. I can see a lot of people's whole body is shaking. No, it is not a dance. It's only the stomach. If you're shaking the whole body, restart, start again. It's only the stomach. कर लिया? मेरा तो 150 हो गया. किसने कितना किया? 55. Well done. Do it till you go out of breath. It's perfectly normal. Okay? Yes. Now, do you want to do a difficult one or you want to do a simple one? Difficult. Okay, this might not be easy for everyone. But, you know, our air quality is getting from bad to worse. So this is something that will really help us in our day-to-day. It's called Ujjayi. It's great for your thyroid. It's a bit of a vibration sound that you will have to, you know, create in your vocal cords. So I will show it to you once and then we can do that. So it's a deep breath. It's pretty much the kind of sound you remove when you want to fight with your husband internally. All the women are laughing. Or pretty much the sound that the men have when they see their wives' credit card bills. So take a deep breath in. Don't shy away from the sound. Yes, and the cough means that it is cleansing your throat. That's a good sign. Yes. Especially the kids. Make the kids do this. It's a brilliant pranayama. So we do 5 of this. A deep breath. वाह वाह कितने इश्यूज हैं हमारे. A deep breath. You're doing good. A deep breath. Chaitanya doesn't even want to try it. See, this is happening because you all have never done it. And there's a lot of feelings that we keep within our heart. There are many things that we do not express. When you do this pranayama, it'll give you a clarity in not just your voice but also your thought. You will be able to express fearlessly and honestly. So this is a great pranayam and it's a great throat cleanser and great for your thyroids. ठीक है? अब क्या करें? Om chant. I would have loved to do the Savitri pranayam, but it's a little complicated. But if you go to the Simple Soulful app, please look up the Savitri pranayam. It's one of my favorite pranayams. It's very simple. It's 8-4-8. So you breathe in 8 counts. Inhale. You hold for 4. Then you exhale for 8. It's very simple, but it'll be a little complicated for me to match everyone. So ये आज नहीं करेंगे. We'll go to our. Am I running out of time? Huh? Running. Last. This is the last pranayam. Om chant करेंगे, ठीक है? Very, very simple. So how I like to meditate on my Om is to keep the O short and the Ma longer. A lot of people do it differently, but I feel you're able to concentrate more on the chakra when you do it like this. Okay? वैसे we have 32,000 nadis and many chakras in our body, but today we'll just focus on the few that we can do. Okay? Take a deep breath. First chakra being the Muladhara, the base of your spine. You can close your eyes. Exhale. And I will set the pitch and the tone, and then after that we do the first chakra. Okay? A deep breath. So we do that again, the Muladhara chakra. Take a deep breath. The second, your Swadhisthana. Take a deep breath. The third chakra, the Manipuraka chakra. Take a deep breath. Go slightly higher to your heart, the Anahata chakra. Take a deep breath. Now to your throat, your Vishuddhi chakra. Take a deep breath. Now to the center of your forehead, between your eyebrows, your Agya chakra. Take a deep breath. And right on the top of your head, in the center, the Sahasrara chakra. Take a deep breath. Just focus on your breath. Just breathe. Enjoy this emptiness. Enjoy the quiet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Your mind is empty. The only thing that you will put into it is a positive thought and want it to manifest. Only think of a positive thought and it will manifest. We put our breath into that thought. Exhale. Now we rub both our palms together vigorously. Create that warmth. And we place it on our eyes. We do it once more. Place it on our eyes. Now we blink our eyes vigorously behind our palms. Open, shut, open, shut, open, shut. And now open it and see the world beautifully, positively. Atma Namaste.
That was beautiful. So I think once again, I'm still saying that the number of people that are here, the applause is not matching that. Come on everybody. That was a beautiful session. Thank you so much for that, Shilpa. And with that, yes, as we come towards the end of this session, may I invite Mrs. Mrunal Pawar to please join us on stage to present a token of our appreciation. Everybody, let's have a huge round of applause for Shilpa Shetty. Shilpa, the entire audience wants a picture with you, but that is not possible. So why not take a selfie with the audience? Yeah? Can we have the house lights, please? Everybody, namaste pose. With this side. And with this side of the audience.
I'll have to do a video now. Let's see if people know what to say. Devla. और जैसे मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ, स्वस्थ रहो,
और जोर से पूना वालों, come on, once again. स्वस्थ रहो. Lovely. Yes. स्वस्थ रहो, मस्त रहो. हम पूना वाले ऐसे भी मस्त रहते हैं, प्लस दोपहर के 1 बज गए, तो अब तो हम मस्त ही रहने वाले हैं इसके बाद, right? One more picture on this. Yes. Thank you. All right, thank you. And we also have our team from Kute Milk. Yes, can we have them on stage, please, to present a memento, quick memento, because she has to fly back. Kute Milk team, please, legates. This session was brought to you by Kute Milk. Shilpa, Sarvesh is also here, so Sarvesh, let's have a picture with Sarvesh and Mrunal. Please join us.